All right, let's jump right in. We've all been there, right? That super frustrating moment when you have to prove who you are over the phone. Well, today we're going to talk about how to completely transform that experience, turning it from this slow, annoying thing into something that's simple, fast, and seriously secure.
I mean, really think about it. The last time you called your bank, or maybe the IT help desk, what happened? You got hit with this whole barrage of questions, didn't you? What's your mother's maiden name? Name of your first pet? All this just to get some simple help. It's just a drag, and let's be real, nobody enjoys it. And this really lays it all out, doesn't it? The old way, it's just broken. It's annoying for you, the customer. It's painfully slow for the agent on the other end. And the scariest part, it's built on some really weak security. But the good news is there's a new way that just flips the script completely. We're talking simple, fast, and actually secure. Okay, so let's get into the why. Why is this old way so fundamentally broken? Well, the fancy term for it is knowledge-based authentication, or KBA for short. The whole idea is that you prove who you are based on stuff only you are supposed to know. But, and this is a big but, there's a massive flaw in that thinking, especially today. Think about it. In the age of social media and the internet, is that secret info really a secret anymore? Probably not. So for you, a regular customer, it's just a huge pain. But what's really dangerous is that it swings the door wide open for fraud. It's not that hard for a bad actor to find these answers online, pretend to be you, and boom, they're in your accounts. For a business, this is a nightmare. It just wastes everyone's time and money on longer, less secure calls. So what's the fix? What's the modern solution? Well, it's actually something we're all pretty familiar with already. It's about taking the same kind of rock-solid security we use for our online accounts and bringing it right into the call center. Yep, I'm talking about multi-factor authentication, or MFA. Now, multi-factor authentication might sound a little complicated, but I promise you it's not. We use it all the time without even thinking about it. At its core, it's just a way to prove it's you using something you have, like your phone, instead of just something you know. In this case, for a call center, it's as simple as getting a push notification on your phone. That's it. And check out how incredibly easy this is. It's literally 3 steps. 1, the agent clicks a button on their end. 2, you get a little notification that pops up on your phone. 3, you tap approve. Done. That's the whole thing. No more security questions, you're in. It's that fast. Okay, so we've seen how it works, but what does this actually mean? For the business, for you as the customer, what are the real tangible benefits of switching to something like this? Let's break it down. Right off the bat, the biggest, most obvious win is speed. Just forget about that minute or 2 minutes or however long it takes you to answer all those questions. With this new way, the average time to get you securely verified is less than 10 seconds. Think about that. That's a massive difference. You get right to the point of why you called. And that incredible speed is really just one piece of the puzzle. It all boils down to 4 huge benefits. First, the user experience is just better. No more hassle. Second, the security is way, way stronger. Third, you get those shorter call times we just talked about. And fourth, you create this consistent, unified experience no matter how a customer interacts with you. Now, I know what you might be thinking, especially if you're on the business side of things. This sounds great, but is it a nightmare to set up, right? Because a cool new tool is useless if it doesn't play nice with what you already have. Well, the good news here is that this whole thing is built to integrate seamlessly. I mean, just take a look. It's designed to plug right into the systems that your teams are already using every single day. You know, your ServiceNow, your Salesforce, Genesys, all the big ones. This gives them that single pane of glass experience, which is just a way of saying your agents don't have to juggle a bunch of different windows. It's all right there for them. And here's the real kicker. How long does this take to get going? We're not talking about some massive months-long project. Nope. For most of these integrations, you're looking at 1 to 3 days. 1 to 3 days. You can literally be up and running with more secure calls in less than a week. That's huge. And another great thing is that it doesn't force you or your customers to learn some brand new system. It works with the MFA tools that your company already uses and trusts. So if you're an Okta or you use Google or Microsoft Authenticator, or even those little YubiKey hardware tokens, it all just works. Okay, so far, everything we've talked about is about a customer calling in, verifying who they are. But let's flip that for a second. What about the other way around? How do you know that the call you just got, the one that says it's your bank, is actually your bank? And this is where it all comes together. It's really about two sides of the same coin, the coin of trust. You have Caller Verify, which handles those inbound calls, making sure the customer is who they claim to be. And then you have OrgVerify, which handles the outbound calls, proving to your customers that it's really you calling them. It secures the whole conversation both ways.
When you boil it all down, it comes back to this one idea: creating a consistent, trustworthy brand experience. Security shouldn't feel like a roadblock. It should just be a smooth, invisible part of the process. When you use the same modern verification method online, on your mobile app, and in the call center, you're building that one familiar, unified experience that customers really appreciate. So I'll leave you with this one final question to think about. We all work so hard to make things simple and easy for our customers. But is that simple experience also truly secure? Because in the world we live in now, the best customer experience isn't just simple or secure, it's both, at the same time without any trade-offs. Thanks so much for tuning in.